spontaneous savant syndrome, where somebody will get a traumatic brain injury and then wake up out of the coma or out of being unconscious with an entirely new skill
Hmm.
that you didn't have before. Now, I've never experienced somebody doing that or helped somebody do that, but and this is very rare, but
Right.
if somebody getting hit in the head with a baseball goes unconscious, comes out of unconsciousness or a coma or car accident or drowning or, almost drowning, and they speak Spanish fluently, or they're a virtuoso piano player, even though they never played before. And so this comes up, well, then how do they get that information? It's like they've just downloaded it, because we thought before that you had to practice and practice and practice, whether it's you're playing the piano or learning a language, you got to practice and practice. And we're creating that muscle memory, especially around sports or music, playing guitar, violin, you're making that muscle memory. Of course, muscles don't have memory, but the idea that we're creating these neural pathways and making them stronger and faster the more we practice. Well, what if that's not what's happening? What if those neural pathways that are getting stronger and faster and thicker and stronger, what if those neural pathways are antennas that are pulling in that information on how to play the piano, on how to speak Spanish, on how to do some extraordinary thing like mathematics?
Hmm.
What if it's not, again, information is not being held within the brain, but you're just creating a stronger receiver of that information?
Hmm.
And someone getting bonked in the head just lighted up this part of the brain to receive that information. Because there can really be no other explanation for it other than just, like you're driving down the street and your car hits a pothole and the radio station just turns over, and now you're hearing this information.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
information is there. You just are
Mhm.
accessing it
Right.
in a different, now you can access this signal as well. And so I would think that maybe you'd be able to do that through a process like hypnosis or something, maybe. But it becomes quite short, because it's that William James quote, one of the pioneers of modern psychotherapy, William James, who said, "To prove that not all crows are black, you only need one white crow." It's like, well, to prove that the brain doesn't hold memory and information, but is a receiver and transmitter, you only need one person to like get bonked on the head with a baseball and all of a sudden can speak a language they never practiced before,
Yeah.
you know? And this isn't to say, if you want to learn Spanish, go run your car into a wall, or because it's very, very rare that this happens, but it's
And there
happened
are
enough.
easier ways without almost killing
Maybe,
yourself.
get the apps, if you want to learn language. Don't have your friend throw baseballs at your head. Because it's very, very, very rare that happens,
Hmm.
but it's happened enough that it's a head scratcher. And if like this is how this person's brain works, don't all our brains work exactly the same? Pretty much. So it's that thing. It's like if you can prove somebody's had a past life and we're able to access those memories, and you can prove that through verifiable information, that really only a select few PhDs had in archaeology or history or something. And that's what happened with Brian Weiss in his book, Many Lives, Many Masters. He didn't believe it. He's um, a left brain analytical academic. That's what he calls himself. He's got a chemistry degree from Columbia. He has a medical degree from Yale. He went into psychiatry. He was working with the person he talks about in his book, Many Lives, Many Masters. He's working with her for a year, dealing with the anxiety she was experiencing. Couldn't find a way through, around, or over, or how to make it go away. And let's do some hypnotherapy, go back to childhood, see if that creates some resolution. Well, again, like Michael Newton's person, Brian Weiss's person kept going. She went past childhood. She went past being a newborn. She went to a past life. And Brian Weiss didn't believe it. He talks about it in his book. Very analytical, left brain academic, medical doctor. He doesn't believe this, but it's something the subconscious mind is conjuring to manifest this healing. And the thing is, she did heal. She healed her anxiety, and she was also getting verifiable information. This is 1980s. Again, no internet. Getting verifiable information that only like a select few PhD archaeologists should know. And then she also started getting information about Brian Weiss's life, about, a child that died really early. Again, nobody should know this information from the
Hmm.
1970s. There was no obituary. Only a select few family members knew. Even if she was stalking him, there's no way she could have found out this information. So he finally came to the conclusion that the only way she could have had this deep, extraordinary emotional healing was going through a real experience and resolving it and healing it, as well as all this verifiable information, as well as information from Brian White's own life.
Mhm.
He finally came to the conclusion that this has to be real.